They're up here.
All right. Doesn't look as if it'll be too much longer before we get ready for action. For this 3 o'clock, a maiden hurdle. Can Tenfold win his first race? We're about to find out. Courtesy.
We're missing one, aren't we?
Are we? You are eagle-eyed. Eagle-eyed Neeson. Didn't trip off the tongue, but eagle-eyed nonetheless.
Little Jeeves is
What's he doing?
holding them up.
What's Jeeves doing? He is hopefully going to join them very shortly. I was quite taken by the appearance of Jeeves in the paddock, more so than I was by Arctic Saint, for what it's worth.
Okay. That's only because the trainer's here.
I'm not that easily swayed. Yeah, you really think I'm shallow? I am a little bit. Not long before the off for this upcoming 3 o'clock, Martin Harris will call them home.
Thank you, Rishi. I was going to go down the Gyves route as opposed to Jeeves, but I hope you know which one I mean. Flags raised and they're coming in, and they're off from the 2-mile start for the Pete Bowers retirement race maiden hurdle. Tenfold Jack the Savage. Front pair coming to the first of 8 flights, which they've all crossed, though Gyves was rather crooked in rear. Tenfold leads them into the first turn. Jack the Savage taking quite a keen hold on the outside of Estacas, who comes through to take second. Between them, State of Bliss is also rather lit up. Arctic Saint follows them in, ahead of Bush Tucker Park, and gaps already appearing to the last trio of Half-Board, All Right Chap and Gyves. Tenfold going clear of Estacas, State of Bliss, Jack the Savage, as they come to jump the second. Tenfold by about 4 lengths from Estacas and State of Bliss. Jack the Savage more settled in behind them in 4th, jumping the 3rd, which the leader kicks out the ground. Doesn't cost him any ground, though, Tenfold. If anything, he's extending his advantage as they race past the enclosures with a circuit to go. So Tenfold by 7 lengths now over Estacas, State of Bliss, Jack the Savage, Arctic Saint. Bush Tucker Park has lost touch with the chasing quartet. And then Half-Board and Gyves, who's relegated All Right Chap to be last of the 9 as they head into the next right-hander. Tenfold wide going into the bend, forfeiting many lengths, allowing Estacas to close up with State of Bliss in 3rd. Back on an even keel, and Tenfold is going clear once again. Arctic Saint and Jack the Savage round out the chasing quartet, who are clear of the remainder. Bush Tucker Park and Gyves and Half-Board, and finally All Right Chap. So heading to the 4th, Tenfold by about 7 lengths once again from State of Bliss and Estacas and Arctic Saint and Jack the Savage. Leader jumped that one much better than an earlier flight. They're all across it and heading along the back straight towards the 4th from home. Tenfold by the best part of 10 lengths, with the chasing quartet virtually in line. Jack the Savage coming back into 2nd, jumping 4 out in front of State of Bliss. Arctic Saint coming under a ride, so too is Estacas, and they remain well clear of Gyves, who's racing in company with Bush Tucker Park, and Half-Board is tailed off, and so too is All Right Chap. Tenfold at the end of a circuit, turning out of the back straight, 8 lengths clear of Jack the Savage. Arctic Saint keeping on for the time being in 3rd, but State of Bliss looks to be running on vapour in 4th. The others are well strung out. Bush Tucker Park is next as Tenfold, rather risky at the 3rd from home. Still about 8 lengths clear from Jack the Savage and Arctic Saint, and they've dropped State of Bliss. Bush Tucker Park is plugging on much the best of the rest. Estacas is about to be pulled up as Tenfold and Rob Hargreaves, looking for his first career success, lead them in. So 2 from home, and it's Tenfold by a dozen lengths from Jack the Savage, who's making little impression. Arctic Saint moving up alongside him. Bush Tucker Park is staying on in 4th, may yet get into the frame. State of Bliss is behind those, and it's Tenfold by more than 12 lengths as he comes to jump 2 from home. Out over it safely. Arctic Saint has landed second, Jack the Savage third, but Bush Tucker Park is about to go past them both as Tenfold rather fluffed his lines at the final flight, but he's 15 lengths clear of Bush Tucker Park, Arctic Saint and Jack the Savage racing up towards the line. Tenfold and Rob Hargreaves run out, wide margin winners. The judge may be required to separate second and third. That's on the nod between Arctic Saint and Bush Tucker Park. Jack the Savage and State of Bliss and Gyves are the other finishers.
Well, Tenfold has broken his maiden and he has won in the end very, very easily, but it hasn't been entirely straightforward. There are a couple of moments of concern for Tenfold. Well done to Rob Hargreaves and Gary Moore there, Jonathan.
Yes, and we both think he's ridden a winner on the flat a couple of years ago, but definitely the first jumps winner. Horse ran very wide at the bend past going up to the final circuit, clouted a few hurdles, and he's still absolutely hacked up. And those who made him 5-4 favourite were absolutely right too.
They knew, I believe the phrase is.
Well,
he actually settled quite nicely in front today, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was helpful that Jack the Savage, who initially looked like he might take him on, declined to, and so he did get his own way, but nevertheless, he's absolutely trotted up. Arctic, yeah, go on.
Arctic Saint has got second, seeing off Bush Tucker Park, who has made up ground. Look at where Bush Tucker Park is now.
that's exactly what people at home are doing. They're thinking, look where that is now. It's in disputing a distant sixth. And then it suddenly creeps into it. And that's the one with a capital I for eye catcher. First run over hurdles, and for a horse who's probably bred to want further, not knocked about, and has run with conspicuous promise.
Estacas disappointing today.
Very. Gave chase to the winner, cried enough not long after halfway, and was pulled up.
What about All Right Chap?
Well, he was struggling a long way out. He was last.
Yeah, Jack the Savage is in second at the moment, about to be challenged, but he did try, in fairness.
He did